Yahweh Shemel Shah, Barakatah Yahweh Shah, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shah.
I'm in the city of Adana, which is right near what was the epicenter of this devastating earthquake. And behind me, all of these people, they're among the more than 50,000 Turkish search and rescue workers who are deployed across the country to nightmarish scenes, just like this one. This morning, a massive international rescue effort underway in Turkey and Syria in a desperate race against time to find survivors. First responders facing major challenges on the ground, including below freezing temperatures with snow and rain falling across the sprawling disaster zone. In Turkey, dawn shining a harsh light on the destruction after rescue workers spent all night clawing through mountains of rubble. They're calling out, asking for help, says this survivor. How can we rescue them? Nobody has come since this morning. Racing to recover survivors. Speak up, this man yells into the rubble. Help, help, comes the reply. Meanwhile, in Syria, a country already suffering the effects of civil war, a rare rescue for a little girl a day after an earthquake destroyed her home. But rescuers on the ground here are pleading for more help, with some warning they don't have enough resources to handle the disaster.
Olha o tempo. Olha o tempo, igual um ciclone, olha. O tempo aí tá igual um ciclone, olha. Vê como é que isso aí tá rodando, olha só. Vê? Só quem tá aqui pra ver, igual um ciclone, olha. Olha só como é que vem rodando.
Alright, shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Kodash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone that rule well. Salutation to the Akim preaching the truth to the four corners of the earth in sincerity. This here, brothers from here, from the GMS Prophetic Vibration Camp. Brother Yakal.
Howard.
Commentate another lesson. As we see, the title reads, as we head closer to the end. Right? Because we see in the signs, the heathen seeing the signs and they being dismayed at the signs. Right? Things that showing up in the heavens, multiple chariot sightings, a lot of different things. The earth exposing the truth. A lot of things happening right now. The Lord speak about it in these times. A lot of earthquakes going to be in diverse places. The Lord spoke about all these things before it happened. Right? So the big I told you so happening as we speak. Right? Because the prophet was preaching these things all the time. So we'll start off by we're going into the precept Ezekiel 7 and verse 5.
So this is the book of Ezekiel, chapter 7, verse 5. I read, thus says Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, and evil and only evil, behold, is come. And evil is come, the end is come, it watch for thee, behold, it is come. Continuing in verse 7, it says, the morning is come upon thee, O thou that dwellest in the land, the time is come, the day of trouble is near, and not the sounding again of the mountains.
So basically, what it's saying here is that the end is come. You understand? The end is come. It watcheth for thee. Meaning that the end looking. It looking for thee. You understand? The end looking for the prophets and for the ones them who not taking heed. The ones them who didn't believe in the prophecies, basically going into, all who didn't believe in the earthquake, get yourself right. Who didn't believe in the who was basically saying they hear in the end coming long time. This is who we're looking for. You understand? Because some will be prepared and some wouldn't be prepared. Basically, that is it. It watcheth for thee. It says the morning is come. When morning is come, what has happened? Light is come. Right? So light is being shed on the earth right now as the darkness taking over. Because by we bringing out the light and constantly shedding out them curses, earthquakes triggering off. By we cursing out the Edomites, cursing out the other nations, prophecies happening. Because we are the Lord mouthpiece, right? It even says, for thou that dwellest in the land, it says the time is come, the day of trouble is near. right? Closer coming to the end, more trouble is going to stir up. If you feel that these things what we see in here, 5,000 deaths, and that is plenty, right? If you feel that is plenty, when you coming closer to the end, you're going to hear about 10,000 deaths. You might hear about 500,000 deaths. You understand? And that is when people are going to start to take this thing serious. You understand? A little earthquake in they say, no, that is in Syria, that is in Turkey. That's not really close to me. You understand? But when the scriptures really start to manifest, because it speak about the scriptures being manifest, that is when it happening everywhere, in every country. That is when everybody gonna be affected. That is when people are gonna take this thing serious. It said the day of trouble is near. And not the sounding again of the mountains, meaning that not the sounding again of the prophets preaching this word again. You know, because it coming to our end, meaning that our work coming soon to our end. Right? It's coming to our end. Right?
And so just to add, just to add a little bit of saying, because it's so probably because basically we see it, and who's the ones who warning? You know, who's the one who giving the warning? You know, the prophets. You know, the Lord putting His Spirit on us. You know, and we bringing it out. We being Lord mouthpiece. You know, and all these other, you know, prophets, these false prophets, you know, go back into this Christian church. You know, they ain't gonna bring all these things. They ain't gonna bring all what's going on in Turkey, what's going on in Assyria. You know, they ain't gonna let them know put it into peace and safety and sudden destruction. They ain't gonna let them know to be in a spirit of preparing for Yahweh Hashem to visit the earth which you have created. You know, and when you come with vengeance. So basically, they giving the preparing you is like a preparedness to get yourself right, to get yourself delivered. But they go preach a doctrine that the rapture be how wicked you is. You know, when the Lord come, He be able to be whole church. You know, all the heathens and, you know, and etc. But basically we know, you know, we count the course, so we know, you know, what the Lord sent us out to do. You know, basically we was talking to one of my blood brother, I knew, you know, but he knew, you know, and basically we was talking about faith, we have faith. But basically they have no work, so that is everybody in the church right now. They have faith, but when they see the destruction, the pestilence, you know, the famine, you know, as we see we're going on with the earthquake, you know, all these things, you know, the Lord come and shake up the place, then they will be calling upon they will be calling upon our name. We have no power, and they're gonna be lost. They're not good. They're gonna be confused, because basically they're gonna be praying to something all their life. As he said last night, he said, you know, his great grandmother and grandmother, and they were speaking about, you know, calling upon our God all these years, and now it's something new. As Brother Yakal say, it's not new to the men of the Lord, because we sang this as it was a new song. So basically, from since it is our old till now, we prophesy in the end. You know, we prophesy in the end. So I bring that first precept here, the book of Jeremiah 28, verse 8. And it read, it say, you can break it down. And start from verse 7, it say, nevertheless, hear thou now, hear thou now, this word that I speak in thy ear and in the ear of all the people. Verse 8, it said, the prophets that have been before me and before thee of old prophesy both against many countries and against great kingdom, of war and of evil and of pestilence.
So basically the prophets of old wasn't prophesying anything different to what we prophesy now. You understand? We was prophesying the downfall of many great kingdoms. We was prophesying against kings. We was prophesying everything that was what the prophets of old was doing. We just, you know, continuing the work. That is basically all that happening. Continuing the work. The Lord raised up the prophets to make them continue the work. Right? So when the work continue, what happened? And the place continue to go down. The place continue to for the prophecies to be popping off.
So
right?
What next precept?
Is that Ezekiel 7 that's going on?
Ezekiel 7?
Yeah.
So we're now into the Ezekiel chapter 7
verse 8.
Verse 8. And I read, it said, now will I will shortly pour out my fury upon thee and accomplish my anger upon thee.
The Lord says shortly He's going to pour out His fury we're really going into revenge, as the brother was saying, vengeance. Because revenge on who? The other nation, and we also on our people, 'cause our own people put us up. You understand? They set us up, and even the other nations for putting us in slavery. Every one of them had a part to play. Right?
Because basically, as the Elaman Sakba say, you know, if the Israelites, caught up within that earthquake, you know, so they get caught up, you know, in the fury, the wrath of the Lord, you know, because the Lord coming, and this is a part of the Lord showing Himself present, you know, showing Himself present by bringing all these earthquake in diverse places, all these pestilence, you know, all these plagues. So when we see all these things, as the book of 2 Esdras 9, you know, we measure in the time, the judgment in itself.
That is it.
So basically, as the brother say, you know, you know, we gotta do a video. Basically, it's basically just slight old news, but basically that is prophecy. So it's nothing old news pertaining to men bringing it out, because you know we will bring it out to the four corners of the earth, and that's the thing. You know, so it's like, hey, be ready and be prepared to see worse than this. So basically, it's a warning to let you know, hey, this is here just we could say this is just a preview. A preview.
A preview, yeah.
It's always be.
This is the trailer. Yeah, this is the trailer before the movie. You understand? And we coming closer to the movie. As the scripture say in verse 7, it say the time is come, the day of trouble is near. So you know it's near. We preview always come up before the movie release. You understand? So still in verse
8. So it say, I'm read back from verse from top. It say now from Ezekiel chapter 7 verse 8. It say now will I I will shortly pour out my fury upon thee, and accomplish my anger upon thee, and I will judge thee according to the ways, and will recompense thee from all thy abomination, and my eyes shall not spare, neither will I have pity. I will recompense thee according to thy ways and thy abomination that are in the midst of thee, and ye shall know that I am Yahweh Ba'Shem Shai. That smite it.
So the Lord basically showing His power, and this is something that the Lord does do to remind everybody who He is. You understand? To remind them, because the people on earth, the other nations and the heathens, even our people, forget who the Lord really is, and He's a man of war. You understand? He Al-Ashad, yeah. He is, you know, great. They forget who the Yahweh Shai is. That's why now and again He show Himself powerful.
As it say, if evil done in city.
Who have done it? I have done it.
Go ahead.
Right. So we're going into the book of Luke 21.
So this is the book of Luke, chapter 21,
verse 10.
And it said, then said He unto them, nation shall rise against nation. It say, and kingdom against kingdom. And so basically we seen it, you know, basically we seen Egypt against Egypt.
Prophecy.
You know, the sword against his sword. And the Holy Lord bringing it out. So the Holy Lord bringing it out in these last days. You know, the Lord bringing out the sword against his sword, and we're going to go on. Is Jacob going to be caught in the crossfire, and that will be, you know, put it into the Revelation 13 and 16. You know, all this is a shrine, you know, for the whole world. But basically, the Lord have Jacob's trouble where, you know, a lot of killing will be taking place, you know, because you know it have the race wars and you name it, you know. So basically, when the Lord bring that spirit upon Egypt, against Egypt and all these other nations, you know, Moab against Ammon, you know, you just name it. It always is prophesy, always is prophecy. So let me go down and take faith. We will continue. It says verse 11. It says, and great earthquakes shall be in diverse places.
Right, and then it goes on to say, and famines, because
and pestilence.
Because the prophecy is happening in such a way that we already see nation going against nation through, you know, the breaking of the treaties, you know, they going and building all the military, and we seeing war happening right now, right? And then after it say, and great earthquakes. So this war in Turkey and in Syria is just one of the great earthquakes we see so far, right? So other prophecies where it says famines and pestilence, and fearful sights, and great signs shall be done in the heaven. So that's why the last video that was in the clips of videos, they were seeing signs in the heaven, because no more than ever there's a lot of signs in the heaven. And what the scriptures say, that the heathens are dismayed, they frightened when they see these things. But we know that our power, that the Lord showing his power there.
Because basically we see more chariots sighted than ever. You know, out in the sea. You know, we see in chariots like it's a norm. We be like a norm. Like when you see a car passing the road, you know, you can say, hey, like a Audi or like a Benz. It's basically seeing a child flying like it's a norm. You know, but to the eyes of the heathens, you know, they gonna be like, you know, where's that?
Yeah, they're frightened. They're frightened. They're not sure how it is, so they're frightened. You understand? They're thinking aliens. They're thinking all kind of different things because they don't know. And that's just the Lord showing his power, making them frightened, right? Because it's basically judgment for Jake and the other nations mix. Right? So we get next piece of paper in the book of Proverbs. Proverbs 1 and verse 25. It says, but ye have set at naught all my counsel, and would none of my reproof. Basically, going into Jake, right? They set at naught the Lord's counsel, which is the man of the Lord on the streets, and they would none of his reproof, meaning they wouldn't hear nothing that the Lord saying, right? It says, I will also laugh at your calamity, I will mock when your fear cometh. So basically, when all these things happen, the Lord will laugh, and he will mock. When they see they're getting crushed by these buildings, earthquake happening on your house thing, and you're crying on the news, your house, and you know you don't know where to live, and this and that, the Lord mocking at you. You understand? You didn't put your trust in the Lord. So what he doing? He'll laugh when the calamity come. Right? It says, when your fear cometh as desolation, and your destruction cometh as a whirlwind, when distress and anguish cometh upon you, then shall they call upon me. Right? That is when you're going and call upon the Lord. That is when you just actually see them crying out. You understand? And the woman whose daughter freeze in the car the other day, who make the woman daughter freeze in the car? That was the Awashimi Awashai. In the book of Job, yeah, that was the judgment. The book of Job described that as the Lord say he sends the cold, he sends the frost. You understand? So he basically make that happen.
Yeah, the piece of where no man suffer, no man die innocent.
Perish being innocent. No man perish being innocent. See if I can get it here.
Because basically that judgment who she get, you know, frozen in the car, you know, the 5,000 who get destroyed by the earthquake, you know, put under rubble going back into all these big buildings were crashed down, houses were crashed down, and I know you seen babies getting pulled out, you know, because they're tiny, you know, so basically the small holes, you know, they're getting pulled out of. But basically all the big male and big female, you know, the big body ones,
the bones,
the bones getting smashed, they getting you know, they're getting destroyed basically. So
that is it. Right?
Yeah,
this is the book of Job 4 and verse 7. It says, remember, I pray thee, whoever perish, being innocent, or where would the righteous cut off? Yapa. So the Lord basically dealing with the righteous. You understand? The Lord would never make the righteous confound or put them to a shameful death. You understand? You understand? The Lord always deal with the righteous and take care of them. So the ones that you see die and you see getting crushed in the rebel and getting bounced from a car and a cold coconut tree fall on their head, they were wicked. You understand?
Coconut tree, God.
Right? And you see this thing happening to these heathens. Right? So let's go back into the Proverbs 1. Proverbs 1 and 25. Right? Verse 26 it says. So 28. It says, then shall they call upon me, but I will not answer. They shall seek me early, but they shall not find me. And when that early really going into late. Because they go try to look for the Lord when they start to see things heating up. You understand? Meaning before the day of the Lord. That is early before the Lord come. But they will not find him because it will be too late.
Because you don't see the hand, that wicked you know, you say, hey, you know, Israel is married unto you. The book of Jeremiah, I think it's 3 and 14. You know, say married unto you, but hey, going back into the book of 2 Colossians, I think it's 4, 7 and 14, basically, you know, say, if for the change in their ways. You know, so you don't know to yourself that are they not going to change, or they're going to continue on their wickedness. And I'm going to say 2 Chronicles, stuff like that. Second Chronicles 7 and 14. So basically they gonna be in that spirit. Be in the rebellion, they're gonna be that spirit of Esau Edom, because they take that covering, they take our know, they are knowing themselves with the covering of Esau Edom and this world, the darkness of this world. So if you really check, from starting from as the apostle Gabal was going around too, let's watch our women, all the other nations is be looking at us, you just name it. So when they see all this destruction, coming upon the face of the earth, and they see that a lot of Eves getting destroyed, that is judgment of the Lord. As how she get caught up in the car, that Eve, that she judgment, she frozen to death. Those be feeling again numb up from is that from your toes come up to your waist, and they say your heart lock off.
That's a terrible feeling.
And nobody just save you. You calling upon your Caesar boss there, calling upon him, maybe your Allah or your million Hindu gods. Because these jigs them in all in kind of type of different shit right now in this time, in these last days. These jigs in a whole lot of bullshit. But they call upon Yahweh Shimon Shai, they could be saying, hey, I always pray into this and things going good with me, right? Like, why I must pray to God with something you will know come upon the face of the earth. And they could bring out kind of they could bring out a saying that the Lord said that it really false prophets and all these solutions spring come out in the last days. But basically we know that they all people always caught up when in that spirit of being seduced, because Esau Edom, the Lord for with that seducing people covering up on the face of the earth. He covered the faces of the judges thereof. So basically when they see all hell breaking loose and all these things, the pastor know to bring all this out in the congregation and let them know the Lord coming, or they see that destruction, how the Lord bring forth. I think it's a 7 point something or 8 point something, 7.8.
Can't remember.
Yeah, I think it's a 7.8, I just, after if I'll put it back in the comment board, I think it's a 7.8, 8.2 somewhere around there, they get, the Lord shake up, shake up the foundation, shake up the foundation of Turkey and Syria. So basically they ain't got bring it out in the congregation, in the church, to get them bombed, to get them frightened, to let them know the Lord coming.
Yeah, because the scripture says through the fear the Lord will persuade men. But these pastors not set up to make them fear the Lord. These pastors set up to make them enjoy slavery and carry them astray. Keep them distracted while the real shit taking place. That's what these pastors set up to do. So I bring out the precept that you quoted. 2 Chronicles 7 and 14. Right, it says, if my people which are called by my name shall humble themselves and pray and seek my face and turn from their wicked ways, then will I hear from heaven and will forgive their sin and heal the land. Right, that is how the Lord is going to be dealing with our people. If it is we humble ourselves, He will heal our land. You understand? And part of healing the land is what? Getting rid of the other nations, getting rid of the, showing them, getting rid of the filth in the land. That's how the Lord is going to be healed. Right? Because when I watch it as I was telling you about today,
every time I watch a movie, when I watch a movie, some kind of abomination, some kind of gay shit. And which we despise them shit. We hate this to see these things. A righteous man on the face of the earth right now, we cry for righteousness. Can't never had this precept here because we need the Lord need to get rid of them in order to really heal the land. Because we know that with the precept say in Numbers 35 and 33, it says, so ye shall not pollute the land wherein ye are, for blood it defileth the land, and the land cannot be cleansed of the blood that is shed therein, but by the blood of him that shed it. So the only way the land gonna get cleansed is when the Lord really get rid of them. But first they have to serve slavery. You understand? It says the seed is going to get quenched, as in the book of Sirach. So that go ahead. So basically, all the they seen all the earthquakes, all the typhoon, all these I think plane crash. A lot of plane crash, a lot of these pilots, who take the big V, they glitching on the wheel, and a plane going down, maybe, and they can't save them because that is the Lord sent out he the structure upon all these Edomites,
Can.
you know, and 2/3 of our people and all these other nations.
Yeah, that's why I was
That-
saying that's why prayer is important, because prayer is always how we deal with the way we battle.
Can.
So when we send them curses and we said we say to all Adawamiam going into all Edomites
Can.
that we sending up curses on them. We constantly sending up curses on these Edomites for things to happen to them. Whoever judgment the Lord send, that is how the Lord wanted it to happen. But we constantly send them the curses. That's why praying is important, because you know the curses on them. With the scripture say the prayer of the humble pierces the clouds.
Can.
Going back to Sirach 35 as well too.
Can.
Right? Let me see if I get that real quick.
Can, but so let's continue also and say can to the spirit, you know, basically as the book of I think it's numbers they bring out 35 and 33 or 33 and
Yeah, 35 and
35 and 33 can. So basically, you know, the Lord put, you know, the blood of the wicked, because when they really check it as Edomites, you know, one or two little heathens, like so like one or two little Assyrians, no Assyrians, Ishmaelites, so like one or two Ishmaelites and the Edomites, and maybe Jacob they get caught up in the mix. But basically the blood of the wicked, you know, with the Lord put, you know, and cleansing and the destruction, you know, all the basically all the plagues, you know, bringing all the destruction, you know, and more to come. World War III, where we heading into, you know, is a big event, it's a big prophecy, but we're waiting for this prophecy to happen, which is Revelation 13 and 16, where Esau knew that he have a short time, Revelation 12 and 12. So you can come up with great wrath going back into that same Revelation 13 and 16 when he want to come and play controlling the world. Come with his defense. With his defense, it's his money. He want to come and digitalize the system, come with the CHIP, you know, and come and test all man, basically test the Lord testing you know, his people, you know, and to see who's the one who will hold on to this word, who stands stiff for this word, and the ones who basically go and sell out, you know. So what else? You know, I say that.
So I'm going into the precept here. It says, Sirach 35 and 17, it says, the prayer of the humble pierces the clouds. Until it come nigh, he will not be comforted and will not depart till the Most High shall be whole to judge righteously and execute judgment. So basically, the Lord going and execute judgment in all ways, as the brother was now going into the sea hip. You know, when that come out, that's gonna be a divine choice, whether you're with the Lord or you're with the system, the beast, right? So when it make that choice, then judgment gonna come. And whether it be good, the Lord say He gonna judge your works. So whether your works be good or evil, you're gonna get judged. You understand? The Lord know who for Him already. It's for we to know now. Coming down to the end here, that's the only time we're gonna know. You understand? So basically, we had to stay in prayer, because the scripture say, pray always that you may be accounted worthy. We don't know if we are part of the elect, but we will constantly stay in prayer to be worthy.
Because basically it have who's to come.
Right?
Who's to come. You know, it have who's that as we know, you know, farming, you know, more pestilence, you know, because basically, and as the Lord, you know, the Lord is basically a wave, when you check it. You know, the Lord bringing a wave upon the face of the earth, you know. And that's why I love that scripture when they feel peace and safety, then sudden destruction. So you could go back into the Lord say he come like a thief in the night. So basically when the Lord really he coming slightly with the prophecy, you know, he coming and catching you least expected.
Yeah, off guard.
They
wasn't ready for this. All because basically they hear any prophets. You see me on the street, you know, the keepers of the house shaking. So they basically, that means they believe in what we say to that point. But they're still so proud that they feel that they could defend it in all ways. They don't want their kingdom to crash. So they're going to try to defend it all how they could try, right? So, but I'm going to, if you could read it, Sirach 36 and verse 1. Right, there's a precept that I love to bring out. You know, the Lord just showing that all their expectations, this is what we're praying for. Sirach 36.
This is the book of Sirach 36 verse 1. It says, have mercy upon us, O Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yoshai, of all, and behold us.
Right, so that going into who? The elect. Have mercy on the elect, Lord. Have mercy on your chosen. Right? We'll continue.
So like I'll bring it after. It says verse 2, it says, and when, so like and send thy fear upon all the nations, that seek not after thee.
Can. So have mercy on us, but send fear on them other nations.
Can. Basically, Lord give them a reminder
Can.
who the ultimate power is and who's his apple of his eye.
Can, because we was just reading the Lord is constantly give them a reminder to show them who he is. When, like in the book of Psalms, when he say, hey, behave, lest I come and cut you in pieces.
That's right.
The Lord showing his power. Continue.
It said, lift up thy hand against the strong nations, the strange nations, and let them see thy power.
Can. So that is exactly what we can say. Let them see thy power.
Can.
Because we see in the Lord power all the time, you know. We see the Lord power in the simplest of things. You understand? The simplest of things we see the Lord power, but they don't see it.
Can. Going back into to Esau, when he feel like, you know, that he sit and he feel like he in a level of the Lord pertaining to certain of the he plan events when he make he big sacrifice, like, you know, like in 9/11 for example, you know, and etc. You know, all his events where he plan out, he basically feel like he taking life, or basically it's the Lord. Because all these left hand side angels, which we know as demons, you know, basically, and Satan in the midst, you know, it's basically the Lord giving out, you know, that instruction, and they go in by what Satan tell them to do. So when they're making a sacrifice to Satan, it's basically the Lord send out the angel and they are appeasing when they bring forth the wrath, you know, or upon the face of the earth, and 5,000 dead by earthquake, or a plane crash in a building. All that is appeasing Hashem Yoshai. All that is the Lord bringing judgment upon the face of the earth.
Exactly.
So continue back in verse 4. Verse 4, it says, as thou was sanctified in us before them, so be thou magnified among them before us. Going back into with Pharaoh. You know, Pharaoh, you know, even though you don't harden Pharaoh had, he said, no, you don't want to harden Esau, you don't have. You know, so it's because, you know, hey, when you don't make his grand entrance, you know, you don't go put the spirit on Esau
to still
fight. You know, so you go tell the Lord, you know, it could be a little enjoyment. It could be
the Lord is a man of war.
A war, can. Right. So the Lord say, you know, long me play my hand.
Exactly. You want to see a good battle. All of these bots going to be getting kick from here to Beijing. You understand? The battle still gonna be nice to see.
It could be a Yapa thing, you know, hopefully this part of the Lord is elect. You know, it'll be a Yapa thing, you know, to be up coming on from the chariots and turning to the hunters, you know, basically the hunters to go and gather up all these elite of all these other nations, especially Esau, Edom, you know, as the scripture says, for 3 transgression for thy brother Jacob. So basically all the way do us, you know, the slaveries, you know, being cotton pickers. We know we went off while going off in following the laws such as the commandments of Yahweh Hashem Yoshai. But you take us in our weakest point and take advantage of it.
Can I go to scripture say art thou altogether to go and punish? Lord forbid. You must drink from that cup.
That's right. So what I meant to say?
Yeah, verse 5.
So verse 5 it say, and let them know thee as we have known thee, that there is no power, Yahweh Hashem Yoshai Hashem Kodash, but only thou, O Yahweh Hashem Yoshai Hashem Kodash.
There is no other power but the Lord.
That's right. There is no other power than Yahweh Hashem Yoshai. You know. So I'm going to jump back to the I'm going to read back verse
8.
I'm going to read back verse you know, I'm going to go to verse 6 like yeah. It says show new signs and make other strange wonders, glorify thy hand and thy right arm, that they may set forth
thy wonders.
Thy wonders.
Lord right arm, that going into Yahweh Shai, coming down, the angels, Michael coming down, the angels on the right hand, glorify them. He go coming down straight to the elect.
So even going back into the book of Ezekiel 9, you know, the thing when they come in, you know, from when the Lord sent down, you know, the one, you know, with the sword, you know, going back to the chariot, you know, what they say the slaughtering weapon, you know, so the Lord coming down with the chariots, which we know he coming in his glory. But the Lord ain't coming to play. Go back into Isaiah 66 and 15. the Lord the Lord coming with vengeance
Can.
and with fury, the Lord coming to plead with all flesh. So don't feel like the Lord coming and as a kumbaya, as a Christian, as a kumbaya, my Lord. The Lord coming with destruction.
Can.
The Lord coming to annihilate.
To kill, the Lord coming
destroy,
to kill,
to delete, So basically, pray that Yahweh Hashem Shai is on your side on that day. If the Lord, if we back into Ezekiel 9, if the mark of exemption is not upon you, and it's not a part of the 1/3, basically it's a part of the 2/3, it's gonna get deleted.
You have to pray that you be able to escape all the things that come in.
So basically, this movie, as the brother say, as a preview, we seen all these destruction by 5,000 dying, bomb, we see mass shootings, we see as we watching Ella Matazakba, do a video put it into a chick run up and shoot a chick behind his head because he come and telling his mother and sister he had a Paul mass. I think this happened about this incident happened now 2 years ago, and they get sentenced for life in prison. So basically their life gets thrown away, So they gonna be in prison when the Lord come. They gonna be in prison when the Revelation 13 and 16 we see them come upon the face of the earth. Because basically when farming take place, the system ain't really had that food to feed these prisoners. So basically you gonna have jailbreakers. So the Lord poured all these jailbreakers. That and all too is a plague.
Yeah, because now these women have to be on the P's and Q's. Because these rapists gonna be on the loose. These men who don't have no care, these pedophiles, all these men gonna be on the loose. So out there gonna be about wild.
God, that gonna be like a 7.5 because they're gonna be stampeding coming for these women.
Yes.
Stampede can. It could be like a elephant. It could be like an elephant coming towards a lot of cats. A lot of kitten in the wilderness, and now the Lord gonna answer it in that time. Rise the woman at ease. So basically, all these judgment, all these plagues, all these pestilence coming for the wicked. That's why the Lord said the wicked shall surely die, shall surely perish. So going down into verse 8 in the book of Ecclesiasticus, Sarah, verse 7, it says, rise up indignation and pour out wrath, take away the adversary and destroy the enemy. It says, make the time short, remember the covenant. You make it to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob.
Exactly.
It says, and let them declare thy wonders, thy wonderful works.
And I could jump to.
I'm going to finish verse 9.
Yeah,
it says, let him that escape be consumed by the rage of the fire, and let them perish that oppress the people.
There's a lot of meat into this. Because if we go down into this, the video might be a 2 hours long video. Right? Because it's really, the part where really catch me, where it say, make the time short. But the Lord say you can shorten the days for the elect's sake.
Right.
Then he says, remember the covenant. So I want to just jump to Deuteronomy really quick. Because the Lord made that covenant coming down. Right, Deuteronomy 28. And I'll just, right, that's not my get. Because it speak about anyone that come up against us. Right, this is Deuteronomy 28 and verse 7. It says, the Lord shall cause thy enemies that rise up against thee to be smitten before thy face. They shall come out against thee one way and flee before thee 7 ways. Right? And that is the covenant that the Lord made with us. Right? And it's a lot of other things that the Lord did. But when he said, remember the covenant, is everything that the Lord promised, the Lord is going to put on us. Remember in the covenant. So when Deuteronomy 28 and verse 7 said the enemy that they would go and smite our enemy before our face, that would be a yappa thing to see.
That's right.
You understand?
So go to this precept here.
Bring it up.
This is the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 16, verse 74. Going down to we'll go down to 2 verse 76. So the book of 2 Ezra chapter 16 verse 74, it say here, O ye my beloved, saith Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, it say, behold, the days of trouble are at hand, but I will deliver you from the same. Verse 75, it say, be ye not afraid, neither doubt. It say, for Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai is your guide.
Yep.
So we don't have to, and back to what Brother Yahweh said here, because basically, the Lord making it, the Lord, remind the covenant, and also we reminding ourselves, or we remembering the commandments of the Lord. Because here where it say here in verse 76, it say, and the guide of them who keep my commandments and precept, saith Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, it say, let not your sins weigh you down, and let not your iniquities lift up themselves.
So basically, don't let, because you have some sins, right? Or you sin, it weigh you down where you feel like you're not gonna make it, or you shouldn't repent and all these things, but don't let your sin get overbearing as well too. So it's a balance the Lord really tells you to have. But when you have a balance, you have a free course. Everything will be easier than you being too much wicked. Now you have a lot of licks to get from the Lord. You understand? But I have one precept here before we close up. Right? The book of Psalms. Right, this is the book of Psalms 145 and verses 19.
Read it.
Yeah.
This is the book of Psalms, chapter 145, verse 19. It says, he will fulfill the desire of them that fear him. He also will hear thy cry and will save them. Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai preserveth all them that love him, but all the wicked will he destroy.
So within everything happening and everything we seeing is the wicked the Lord targeting. The ones them that did wickedly to the apple of the Lord eye, and the ones them who had to perish after 1,000 years. The Lord coming for you. And although the prophecy say you're gonna be coming for us, even after you come for us, the Lord still coming for you. So within now, the Lord targeting you, and then after the Lord targeting you again, and after 1,000 years, there's another target on your back. Yeah. Right? So with that, you give all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem HaKadosh, double honor to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone that do rule well. Salutation to the Aki and preaching the truth to the four corners of the sincerity. Shalom to the Aquat listening and learning respecting your husband. Shalom to the speckled bird. Until next time, shalom.